Welcome to the most unique podcast in the world. It's the Menacing Podcast. Please join us each week, twice a week, and make sure you join in on the conversation on Facebook, Menacing Podcast.
And we are your three hosts, the most menacing beings in podcasting. And if you want to look us up on X, formerly known as Twitter, our handle is @menacingpodcast.
And prepare to be menaced by our wit, our charm, and our menacingness. So you can hit us up by email if social media is not your thing. Looking at you, Brent. menacingpodcast@gmail.com. And find us anywhere podcasts are available.
I don't know what John's trying to do over there to me, but he's just he's covering me up. What? Hands up?
Doing everybody favors, I guess.
What?
Covering you up.
Oh,
Doing
okay.
everybody a favor.
Oh, okay.
I mean, his face beard covers his mouth up a much, but no.
His
Face beard?
Face
Where,
beard.
no, I was almost about to ask where else would you have a beard, but I also realized I don't really want to ask that question.
Neck beard,
I got a little bit of
chest
that.
beard.
I got the chest beard too.
Okay.
Don't want to
That's what our
go.
listeners wanted to hear.
Oh, of course you're recording our beard talk.
Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, well, I
The
was
show's
just
got to
gonna-
start at some point, right?
Does
He
it?
wants to get us out of here quickly, so
With the way
Yeah.
you two, yeah.
I know his wife already stopped us and made us lattes.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
Toast to her.
but which was delicious. Russ is upset because it prolonged us getting out of here. So
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Kept
But-
her longer.
you know what?
What?
To her credit,
Yeah.
she offered to make you one too.
She did.
So suck it up, Buttercup.
But I also can make my own lattes.
Oh, big man
So-
over here. Look at him mansplaining.
His alfalfa hair is just distracting.
Oh, is it the...
That's okay. I
fine.
think
I
my
don't-
head.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. It just went down.
So, dude, I was
okay.
pulling into the driveway and I didn't know if I should stop or go.
Yeah, because the
The
light,
red, yeah, the
the-
lights.
Oh,
Yeah.
red light, green light.
Yeah, I was like, stop, go, stop, go.
well,
It took me a minute to get in your driveway. I was stopping and
nautically
going.
right. It's red on right returning, green on right going.
Mm.
So as long as you got red on your right, you're returning. So you were good.
Okay.
You were coming on back. So you gotta. It's gonna be weird to leave though, because you're gonna have to try to turn
Turn
around
In your driveway?
in the driveway.
I'm using your front yard.
Yeah.
I just backed in, so I can just pull right out.
Oh, so you're good to go.
Good to go.
Yep, you're very good to go.
Also, my little spot is right in front of your garbage cans.
Wait,
Perfect.
I beg your pardon.
So my spot is
Yours.
right in
Your,
Yeah.
wow.
'Cause
He-
you
he
have
marked
a
that.
driveway, your normal like 2-lane driveway. Then you
Yep.
have your little off spot, which I love. It's perfect for my car. That's my spot.
That's interesting. Your spot there. Perfect. Well, I'll put a sign up with for Executive Vice President John.
No, just pee in the snow. That's what
That's
Wow,
why would
okay.
I nope.
Well, we don't
Get
always have
arrested
snow.
for that. So
It's your property.
It only whoever only if somebody sees it.
It's dark real quick most of the days anyway, so no one's gonna see it.
What are we
Plus, it's
getting
cold.
What are we talking about?
I
here?
don't know. He
How
brought
did we
up.
Get off on the. It always snows here, though. Let's just be honest. It's predominantly snow.
I just love when people are shocked, like, "Oh my word, it's winter!" I'm like, "Yes, it's December in Michigan. It's winter."
Is it winter officially now,
no.
or is it
Yeah.
still technically fall?
It's still technically fall. Winter doesn't start until like the 20th,
21st.
21st.
You were
but-
really close.
But the thing is, though, it's when we don't really have a fall here. It kind of just goes. We have fall for a week, and then it goes right to cold. So
That's true.
Well, we don't really have an autumn or a spring.
Or a spring, which
We
I
just-
love spring, and that's always disappointing.
Yeah, I feel like spring and fall are like at 1 week, and that's it.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you're like, oh, there it is. There it goes.
If you blink,
Yeah.
you're sick for it. Oh,
Yeah.
that was it.
I
That was-
enjoyed it.
I didn't even get to get out for it.
And it's like either super cold and you need to dress like an Eskimo, or it's super warm and you need,
Blistering hot, yeah.
and then you need a Jeff. You need
You
a
need
dress.
Jeff.
Yeah. You
Good
need a
Jeff around.
Yeah,
Jeff's a good man.
yeah.
Jeff's a good.
Good old Jeff.
You need a dress like Tarzan.
Oh, nobody's
Or,
saying that.
or you're just a Viking and you wear shorts and a t-shirt during winter too.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
There's people who do that.
There are people who do that.
they're crazy.
I am one of them.
You have a sweatshirt though.
I do, but that's because there
You're
is a
getting
limit.
old.
The
There's a
heat-
limit.
the
Yeah, I'm
heat-
getting old.
The heat doesn't work in the vehicle of his.
I blow on my fingers.
Why would you blow? Why don't you go? Because if you blow,
Yeah,
it's
that-
cold.
Well,
if you
true.
go, it's
I
hot.
mean,
Which is weird because it's coming from the same orifice with the same breath.
The same orifice. There's something about the word orifice that just doesn't sit well. It's like moist. They're both words that
Who
just
doesn't like a good moist cake?
they just don't sit well when you hear them. I don't know why.
Buddy, his sister did not like the word moist.
It's surprising how many people don't like the word moist.
I found that out, and that was her mistake.
Oh, because then every other word,
Yeah. I made sure I said it as much as possible.
of course.
what's wrong with the word moist?
I don't. It does. Some people.
It's just I don't know. Some people don't like the way it is.
I don't know. I think more people would be a little bit more agitated about like juicy because it used to be printed on the back sides of pants.
That's
or
right.
Shorts.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Maybe
it
it's coming back.
sweatpants or
Yeah.
something or.
I don't know. I'm a slow reader. Remember, I'm dyslexic. So every time the word moved, I was like, oh, I have to start over.
Suji? What?
There's a lot of things on the back of pants.
Usage? What? What is that?
Like sounded it out loud in the mall, and the girl's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just trying to read. My buddy's like, "Hooked on Phonics didn't work for you, did it, bud?" I'm like, "I'm trying."
Should have the
It's a
word.
condition.
Just have the word huge on the back of it. Huge.
Oh,
Huge.
you need a hug.
Oh,
See, that would be me. I'd be like,
Yeah,
hug.
hugs. There you go.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out well. That's people would be like, "What? Why are you touching me?"
Said hug.
What are you talking about?
You idiot.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Whoops a daisy. You know what's really sad is every time I text out hug or huge, I have to stop and think, what one has the E at the end and what one doesn't. And a lot of times I get my cue by this stupid emoji that pops up next to it. So if there's an emoji with hands out looking for a hug, I'm like, that's hug.
Nailed it.
I was like, but I want huge.
A huge hug.
A huge
Oh, so
moist hug.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Come on.
that's for the summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sad but true.
So, gents, how's everybody doing?
Well, pretty good. It's Friday, so
Yeah,
much
exactly.
better.
That's the weekend is
Oh,
upon
yes.
us.
It is Friday.
Oh, okay.
You guys got plans this weekend?
Yes, actually, I'm busy today on Friday. I'm not here.
Okay.
Christmas
Big-
party.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For work,
Family.
family.
Wife's side.
It's a little early for Christmas.
Oh,
isn't
I have
it?
like 3 Christmas family parties throughout December. and
With that
January.
family, they do 3
Whoa.
Christmas
Well, because
celebrations.
you have one on my
one
wife's.
for each wise man.
Well, no, well, pretty much. But it's
Well, I
like,
thought he was going to say one for each wife.
shh. No, one.
Mormon.
I know, right? Oh, my wife's mom's side. Then you have the wife's dad's side, and then you have the wife's company Christmas party too, and then everything else. I don't know.
Oh wow,
Lots of Christmas parties.
How
Oh,
about
wow.
you just combine everything?
Not everyone gets along.
Who
Oh.
cares? Who cares?
That makes for a great party.
I know.
You can just start saying stuff, dropping grenades in the middle of the conversation.
like,
you
leave.
know, yeah.
Hey, how about that election? Talk amongst yourselves.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. It's
Oh, it
that-
wasn't stolen this time, huh?
that good old P word.
And
you
then just
know?
like take a sip and walk away with a little maniacal laugh.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
But
that's
see-
that's how you should handle that.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing is like I have people in my family that don't necessarily agree with me and my politics, but you know what? I can talk about a lot more than just politics.
I was gonna say, isn't it nice when you can actually do that? You have
Yeah.
a little range
Yeah.
to discuss things.
It's so sad when people are so single-minded and they can't actually come up with other conversational things.
It's fascinating when you're in the online world. How many people out there let so many different things keep them from enjoying time with their family? So you can't just go.
Choices.
You can't like what? How do people function in society?
I have no idea.
Part of being a functioning society is being able to get along with people who disagree with you.
But, you know,
They just drink.
That's
well,
well. The problem is when you drink, the
You might,
filter
yeah.
goes down.
goes down a lot.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Mhm.
And then you start saying things.
But when you're drinking, most of the time people can be happy. Most of the time, depending on how much drink they have.
Oh,
That's it. Can they?
Sometimes
That's true. There are the happy, but I think if you push it to any point, you start to say things that
At least they won't remember.
Well,
depends.
unless
well,
they're
that's-
not.
You're
unless-
not going to remember if you're the one drinking, of course.
We gotta make sure that they're both are equal drinks. For all
equal. Yes.
moist drinks. There.
No,
There
you
go.
always want, I guess, the drink to be
Yeah,
moist.
yeah. Unless you want a dry martini.
I was just going to say that. Hey,
Oh my goodness. You two are moist together.
Oh,
But-
please don't.
That sentence did not work.
That was
that
not
was
That was
disturbing.
good.
That was
No.
an example of things you say when you've been drinking a little.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
You two are. I'm just going to repeat it because
I don't know what this
Yeah,
is
that would-
latte, but it's amazing. So-
Oh, my wife only makes lattes with extensive amounts of alcohol in them.
oh boy.
She
Well,
has to deal with
I'm
you.
enjoying it.
What's that?
What? I said that's because she has to deal with you.
Well, naturally, yeah.
And then I think she was making herself one, and she goes, "I'll just give this one to you." And she already doused it with Bailey's or whatever. I was like,
There's
Well,
at least when, everybody's.
Well, she deals with Russ, and she
Uh-huh.
obviously has got to deal with you, and then I get stuck in there because I'm the nice one. So, I'm
Well,
giving it
are you
to
the nice
you're
one?
Also,
Oh,
you're
I
taxing
guarantee
as
you,
well.
if you ask her, I bet I am. So,
okay,
but I'm guilty by association.
okay,
Interesting.
too.
That's an interesting take on that.
Okay.
It's weird to have such an incorrect take on
yeah.
something.
I'm the nice one. I'm also the one that I don't have to be drunk to have the filter fall off.
No, your filter's not
Yeah,
there.
I don't
Your
have.
filter's
I wasn't born
long
with
gone.
one. Yeah.
Actually, oddly enough, drinking puts up your filter.
Yeah, it's
So weird. It's
wow,
backwards.
it's
Drink more.
he's like people are like he's actually tolerable now. What has he been doing?
He's been drinking.
He killed a fifth of whiskey.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, he's very docile. He
Is it the one he's got right now? No, that's the second one.
the filter might fall back off, but at least you won't
Yeah,
understand.
You hit the point where you loop too far around.
yeah,
It's a cycle. It's
Yeah.
a vicious cycle.
yeah, well, at that point, I probably am not making sense, and they're just like, "What did he just say?" I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
None of those were words. Apparently, alcohol aggravates your dyslexia.
Yeah, it really.
Well, it
yeah.
depends. You also could be brilliant.
I am brilliant without alcohol and with
No, with
alcohol.
alcohol, not without alcohol.
We're getting
Both.
a little carried away here with words we're throwing out.
Genius?
Wow.
Words don't have meaning.
Means whatever we want it to, apparently.
Yeah. Hello, genius.
That's just. Are you sure it's not that you're not having dyslexia there? Genius, you're snuggy. Something. Maybe that's what people are saying about you.
What are you trying to? Why are you trying to put me down?
I thought that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were the menacing podcast, not the
Oh.
build each other up podcast.
Oh, then I retract my statement.
Yeah,
Dummy.
thank
There
you.
you go. Nice one.
But,
Sorry.
You
Good
got
comeback.
it, John.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that.
You got roasted.
I did.
Because he's a genius. I'm a dummy. Sorry.
So we're going off the rails there again with
Okay,
these
sorry.
throwing around genius. Not even AI, when we ask it to describe this episode, does
Yeah,
it use the
they're
word
like,
genius? That's
they're like,
Well, apparently we're like X-rated sometimes to AI.
wait,
are
wait.
we?
When that one time that we get rated like careful this podcast or something like that, it's like
No.
Oh no.
No, that
Explicit?
never happened.
No. Really?
Explicit?
I don't know. Parental control. Parental
Maybe
advice
that one
time.
time Brent went on a rant, but
I do not rant.
we
I
gave, him,
talk.
we gave him a long leash on that one, so that's on me.
I have wise words to share to people.
You have
Okay?
wise words of wisdom to
Wise
share. What are you
words of-
doing over there?
We-
I'm sorry, are
listen.
we not enough for you on the podcast? That you
I
text
was
your
just
friends?
checking. He mentioned something about our rating, so I went to go check what was going on.
Oh, what'd you find?
Nothing.
Oh,
Which is one
no
time, I
podcast
think.
at all?
Yeah, no podcast. We iTunes was just like,
Sometimes the YouTube feed goes private versus public, which it should automatically post as public, but sometimes it'll just default it to private,
interesting.
and I'll get angry texts from people.
Who?
Oh, my grandma. She says some
Oh,
very
okay. She's
hurtful things about not having the podcast on YouTube.
oh, but I say that a fat kid is a word, and she gets upset, huh?
What?
Wasn't it your grandmother got mad that I called a fat kid a? Oh,
No, I think she agreed with you.
Oh, okay. Thought you said somebody.
No, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. to
Oh,
begin
okay. It was a while ago. It's neither here nor
with.
there.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, I was just. Did I ever tell you guys what happened one time to me after while I was drinking?
No.
Yeah, so I was drinking and I went out with my wife and a couple of her friends to go bowling. I think I think I shared this. My wife got upset at me because I didn't join a fight at the end of the
Oh
bowling.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you shared that.
Yeah.
So that's an old story. Thank you
Yeah.
for. I guess we're just doing a
Just a
clip show.
Yeah. Well, I
A
didn't
best
know.
of apparently. That's our best.
I didn't know if I shared that on the podcast.
Oh, you did. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, your wife got mad at you for not getting in a fight.
Yeah.
It was
It's
funny.
weird. It's weird. I don't know sometimes. Actually, I need to rephrase that. I don't know how to ever please my wife. It's
a perennial problem for men everywhere.
It baffles my mind. She's like, you don't talk enough. Why do you only say okay? Why don't you answer my text right away?
Is our podcast just about our wives? And,
It might be.
How ridiculous those little ladies are.
She does like to have the last word during text.
I don't know if John just had a breathing problem over there or if something hit close to home for him.
Don't most women like to have the last word?
Oh, boy.
Oh, the nice one over here. Oh, I'm so nice.
It's a facade. It's all a facade.
Well, it's crazy because like I'll be like, all right, babe, love you. She's like, love you too. I'm like, yeah, I know, because you already said love you, and I was like, love you too. She's like, all right, and then she like texts me an emoji of a heart. I'm like, can't you just let this go? Let's just end this.
I think it's more so they have to reassure themselves that we still love them.
I don't know. It baffles my mind because like I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm almost asleep, and she just sends an emoji of the heart. I'm like, why? Like, I know that you love me. What's not to love, girl?
Yeah.
And then,
wow.
I mean, there's
lots.
No, what?
For all of us. Not to love.
I'm perfectly sane.
Moist.
Yeah, there we go.
Why?
You're the one that brought this up upon us.
I don't think so.
I think
feel
you
like
did.
This is being turned on.
It's 2-on-1. So
This is not a democracy.
Yes,
this
it
is
is.
South Korea.
You
Thank you
lose.
very much. I declare martial law.
Who? Yourself?
Just the podcast.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know who the marshal is.
We can pretend like he has power.
The Duke is the marshal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or Sean Connery. He's still alive, right?
Yeah, but he's not on the podcast.
Yeah.
He could be.
Oh.
Be a little
outdated.
Yeah.
Hold on. So your wife does that. My wife does that. Does your wife do that? Does she like?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Does she like make sure that you say like I love you, and then you can you say it back or heart emojis or something like that? Do you?
Oh yeah, his wife does the last.
Wait, hold on. I don't understand the premise here. Does my
last word?
Oh,
yeah, like, last word.
No, I'm the last. No, absolutely not. I'm the last word person.
Okay. I try to mess with my wife sometimes if I'm not tired. So she'll be like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. And then she'll send a heart emoji. And then I'll just send her like a random emoji. And then she sends another emoji of laughter. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So I'll send like, what are you doing? And she goes, nothing. I'm trying to go to bed.
No,
yeah, me too. Stop emojiing me.
Wait, do you guys sleep in different rooms?
No. Oh, well, it's sometimes when she's at work. Well, we do like to keep the 1950s going. We sleep in twin beds.
That's how the marriage.
Hey, a doll face.
Yeah.
Thanks for cooking dinner tonight, sweet cheeks.
Slap her on the butt and go to bed.
The American dream.
Oh,
it's funny because like I do that to my wife a lot. I'll slap her on the butt, right? And she's just standing around. I'll slap her. And sometimes I don't think about like who's around. And last week, I think it was last week, her mom was there. And I was walking by and I was getting ready to do something. And I slapped her. I go, okay, I love you. And her mom goes, hee. I'm like, what are you giggling about? And I think I forgot something and I did it again and she giggled. I'm like, how old are you?
How old are you?
Like you sound like a little teen girl. Like he just touched your booty.
She's blushing.
I know. It's like what? Like, mom, come on, grow up.
Wait,
like,
her mom or your mom?
Her mom.
Oh, her mom. Oh.
Her mom. I call her mom and dad mom and dad just because I don't know. I've been part
Do
of
you
it.
not do that, John?
You don't do
What?
that?
Do you call your in-laws mom and dad?
No, I call them by their first names.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's an interesting
Do you?
topic. I do.
Wait,
I'm not.
wait,
a
hold on,
huge-
hold on. Do you call them mom or dad, or do you call them by their first name?
Oh, that's a good point. I do call them mom and dad.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessarily something I feel like you have to do. I do it because that's what they like.
Okay.
They like.
Okay.
They prefer that. I will sometimes call them, mom last name
Oh, okay. Well, if
to
you're like,
differentiate.
yeah,
Mine prefer first names. They like that.
They do. Okay, so that's a
Okay.
preferred thing
I
on
think it's
their
more
part.
of like they don't like to be called by like the Mr. and Mrs. Like, oh no, like they want to say just call me by a first name.
No son of ours
Well-
is a podcast host
Pretty
sort of
much.
thing.
but
Oh.
and yeah, because like when I think when we got like when my wife and I first got married, my father-in-law said, "Oh yeah, you can just call us by our first names," and I was like, "Oh okay." I was like, "That's weird." Like
That is weird.
it's
I think
like-
that would. I don't know. I'm on the
Because-
fence on which way I prefer. I could, some days I'm like, oh yeah, mom and dad. Some days I'm like, it just seems weird to me 'cause it's like I have a mom and dad.
right, but like on the
I'm
other
always
hand,
open to replacing them, of course, but
your mom will love to hear that. Your dad's like, sold who? What? How
my
do I
dad's
get rid
like,
of him?
I've never even heard of this podcast.
Who is this dude trying to claim that he's my son?
Who's
I know.
this? Russ? I don't
Yeah.
know this
Huh?
son.
What?
I have 2 daughters.
Or an actual
Oh.
son and then you. I've seen your sister move some heavy stuff, man.
Yeah, she is. She's bulky. She's like a bulk carrier.
You're gonna die.
She's gonna love the fact that
Now we know if she really listens or not.
I'll message her.
Like the evergreen that got stuck in that canal and clogged up everything.
Oh
you know?
man, it was nice knowing you.
What a way to go.
Bye, sister.
But
like-
new host of the podcast. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Russ's sister. Okay. Whoa, what's going on here?
But see, the thing is like I'm not that much older than my wife. My wife doesn't call her parents.
Your wife is that old as well?
My wife, I know she looks
That's
not
surprising.
that. She doesn't look that old, which is amazing. Actually, I don't want to embarrass her too much. Never mind. But my wife doesn't call her parents by their first name. Why would I? I'm about the same age. Like, why would I call you by your first name if I'm the same, roughly the same age as your daughter? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't make
fair.
sense.
That's a fair point.
Well, it's weird because in high school you called your friends' parents, oh, Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then as I gotten older, I've actually transitioned sometimes to first name, which is weirds me out.
Weird, yeah.
No.
But
that's-
they're okay with it. But I will say, like my old cross country coach, I still call him like coach.
I was gonna say the same
Yeah.
with teachers. Teachers
Yeah.
is a weird when you see a teacher and you're like instantly transported back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're like look around, you're like, hi. They're like, oh gosh, I thought I got rid of that
You're
guy.
a grown-up person, and
What?
you're calling me Mr. or Mrs.
Because I remember my cross country coach in high school. I called him, "Hey, coach," and his wife's like, "You're the only one who calls him that." I'm like, "Good." That's how it should be.
You're the only one stuck in perpetual youth.
Well, no, but he enjoys that because he doesn't coach
Oh, he does?
anymore.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
He's like, oh, that's cool because I think he loved coaching.
Yeah.
So it's like no one else calls him that anymore. But if he sees an old cross country, so I'm going, "Hey, coach," he goes, "Oh, I like that." I'm like, well, "I'll keep it up then."
There you go.
So, there you go. Well, like even your parents, I've called them, Mama V or something like that or whatever it is. Like, and they're like, "Oh, cool!" Like they don't mind that,
Yeah.
But if I called your parents by your first name, yeah, that'd be weird.
It would be weird, yeah.
Actually, I think I call your parents by their first name.
Oh, you're rude.
But that's how I was
Why isn't
introduced.
it weird when you do it? Like, I think it would be weird if John did it.
But I think it's because John's known him longer.
I'm actually son
And-
number 2.
And I think
Maybe son number 1. It
I think
depends
your
on-
parents have told my wife and I to call them by their first names. So
Oh, okay. They have.
what
Don't call us mom and dad.
yeah,
please.
yeah. I should go over there. Actually, yeah.
Ew.
Feel like walk in. If I did that to your dad would be like, "Oh my god,
So-
son."
Here's well, here's
We could be proud finally.
Yes.
The family name lives on.
So Are you weirded out when someone calls you like by your last like Mr. thing, or is that weird?
Whenever somebody calls me Mister, I'm like,
that's
what
weird
do
to me
you-
out.
what?
Do not say like. You just call me by my first name. Like, don't say Mr.
Or when
Yeah.
when like the young employees at any place call you sir, you're like, I beg your pardon, sir. I mean, the same age. Wait, how old are you? 18. Okay.
Actually,
so
I don't
I'm a
mind
little
that.
older
I'm
than
not,
that.
not that much older than you.
But I don't mind that because that asserts my authority. Like, thank you. You are below me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and you throw the
So-
coffee back in their face.
John's over here like, you're darn tootin', it's
Yeah.
mister.
Don't look me in the eye when you talk to me, please.
Yeah,
Look away.
it's
Look away,
weird
Tom.
because like some of my kids' friends that will come over, they're like, Mister. Well, they'll say my last name, and I'm just like, you can say like Mr. Brent. I
Mr.
Don't-
B.
yeah. Oh, even when I coached, like I had a nickname in high school, and I said just call me Coach. I gave the last name, or it's part of my last name, so I'm not gonna say it, but I just told them to call me by my nickname.
Oh, from when I was coaching, I just call me Coach John.
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've obviously, as a coach,
Yeah,
said,
of
call
chess.
me Coach Rust.
yeah,
No, I don't want to do chess. That's a very controversial. Remember how I made the comment about chess just doesn't take any skill, you just memorize it?
oh yeah,
Well, I pissed off the chess community. I tell you what. Oh yeah.
those Russians got after you,
Oh
huh?
my God.
They scathing.
We noticed some of the things you say on podcast.
We do not agree.
We do not appreciate, and we're going to bust up your kneecap now.
Oh.
That's all right. I
You-
don't use them anyways.
That's true. Would you challenge a Russian to a drink off?
Absolutely.
course.
I
You
could.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you could get him with that vodka?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh. Easy.
John, I've heard you take a drink of water. I think you're talking a little too tough right now.
Well, the ability to speak does not make you intelligent. So there you go.
But we didn't say it.
Yeah,
I know.
never
Technically,
said-
nobody-
So what he's
trying to
saying
make
is
the-
wrong. So it
I
doesn't
think
matter.
actually we opened the podcast with the ability to speak clearly does not
Right.
make Brent intelligent.
Exactly. Yeah.
He could be.
I'm just saying, man. Anything stronger than like 2% milk, and there's some
You
issues
do realize
that arise.
it's a facade, right?
Oh, it's a
It's
it's a facade.
Yeah,
every
I do
single
it
time.
for the podcast. Actually, yeah.
I don't know, man. I went to your bachelor party. You took your first drink, and you were hacking everywhere.
Nah.
The guy at the golf place was wondering if you were gonna die.
No.
I like John's act there. That's very
Yeah, it's-
random. Nobody else does that.
It's
right?
very
Nobody
true.
else
Yeah,
coughs
Cough.
as soon as they take a sip of alcohol. Like
Exactly.
that's a pretty bold game.
Yeah.
The Russians are going to be like, "This guy does not know how to hold his alcohol,"
yeah,
and then
Yeah.
he'll be like, "What's this?"
yeah.
Mhm.
Just shot after
and then they just keep coughing, and
Exactly.
obviously they'll win.
just
but
shot after shot after shot. He's like, yeah.
And by the time
Oh,
they
the
realize
bird's
it,
catching up.
by the time they realize it, they'll be knocked out. And I
while
win.
he's been coughing, he hasn't actually drank anything.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
and they'll be completely passed out,
and you're a
and
victor.
just by default he wins.
There you go. I like it.
There's
Good
a
game
method
plan.
to the
Wow,
madness.
that is you're playing 4D
Mhm.
chess with all memorized moves.
Exactly.
And
I can't let it.
recaps.
Yeah,
My
that,
lord.
we're coming back for him. We took all your potatoes. What? My potatoes? What?
That's what they make vodka out of.
We're going to gouge their eyes out.
Oh, talking tough to potatoes, huh?
Yeah.
You potato talking
We'll
toughers.
wring the juice. That's how they make vodka, though, isn't it? Potatoes.
Isn't that what I just
I
said?
know. I was
Oh,
just.
okay.
I was just asking
Well,
to confirm.
Also, it doesn't matter if I cough when I drink. As long as I drink more than them, I win. So I can cough till kingdom comes. And as long as they knock out before I do, I
Yeah,
win.
you
There
win.
you go. I like
Oh,
it. I
yeah.
like it. Tough
Somebody.
talking the talk. Tough talking the cough.
Oh my goodness. Can you do that again?
Yeah, he's
No,
dyslexic.
that
That's
was
unfair.
a feat in itself. Just getting that out. Holy cow!
Besides,
And I barely got that out.
will be known as the machine to them. We are the machine.
The machine. What?
the coughing machine.
The coffee machine, yes.
They'll call it. They'll nickname it
Mr.
Cough
Coffee.
Drop.
Mr.
Mr. Coffee.
Mr. Coffee.
Coffee machine.
Mr. Cough Drop. I like that though.
Little known fact, though.
Very little.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
80% water.
Oh, very
That's
moist.
how they. I wasn't aware of this. I knew they. But that's that was surprising to me. So
They're
was it
like
because
human
I-
beings.
Hold on. What happens if they're 81% water?
Not a
Then
potato.
they're
It's
not a
not a
potato.
potato. No potato.
They're a beet.
It's the beet.
Oh.
Yeah. So they get that red coloring
Yeah.
from
Oh, because they've been beat.
that. Yeah, because of the Russians.
They had to.
Oh,
Well, they had to
gouge
get.
their
They had
eyes
to
out.
get jumped out as a potato.
Yes.
Or the Russians just pour like red alcohol in there. There you go. This is a beet.
Well, no, they got to get the alcohol from the potato first.
Oh, it's true.
Can you make alcohol out of beet juice?
Let's not. Oh,
Does
you?
somebody do this?
Oh, I'm sure somebody's fermented beets.
Oh, jeez, that just.
Have you heard of Dwight from The Office?
I have heard of. Yes, he's a beet farmer.
I'm pretty sure he made some type of.
I don't know if somebody
alcohol.
knows this. Let us know because I'm very curious now if there's a beet.
So if
alcohol.
if there's a beet-based alcohol,
If only Brent had a computer in front of him that he could look it up on.
then would you drink it?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh,
But I'm just curious if it would be. You know what? I would try it. I
really?
would try it. I would do it. I would try it.
Does
Brent,
it-
I just came up with a show for us.
Oh no!
We just travel around trying different alcohols.
Yeah, that doesn't make it sound like alcoholics at all.
I would invite John, but it would just be coughing the whole time.
Who, you or me? Because I'd be punching in the stomach and you'd be coughing then.
Then I would be coughing, probably up
We're all going to be
beet
coughing.
juice.
So there you go.
7 tasty beet cocktails you need to try for National Cocktail
Okay,
Day.
but is that just cocktails made with beets, or is this actually beet-based alcohol?
Okay, so hold on.
It's very specific.
That way you got it.
I get it.
I need to know these.
Pickled beet dirty martini.
Well, that's pickled beets, though. You're not making the actual alcohol out of the beet. That sounds. You don't think that sounds good?
I don't know. Anything pickled sound doesn't. Pickled beets, though?
You know, the only downside to beets, though, and this might be TMI, is you do worry about your health after it because all of a sudden things coming out are red.
Oh my gosh. Nothing.
Well, pink, I should say. It's more pink.
Doc,
Or
I
is that
think I'm
just 'cause you're-
bleeding.
Yeah, you gotta wait a little bit.
Depends how much you drink, though, too, because you're like, whoa, that was it. Or are you just seeing pink?
That's right. Is it pink elephants on parade, or is it actually any Dumbo references for anybody? When
It's
Dumbo
been
gets-
forever since
I
I've
think it was
seen.
green elephants on parade. No, it was pink elephants on parade. Pink elephants on parade. No,
You're a
all right.
child.
That's-
Or-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Perpetually.
So there's a beet vodka. Yes, I'm over 21. Should I click on that? Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
we're-
over 21.
What sites are you visiting?
Oh, my.
I'm just
Could be
yeah.
somebody's at your
So
door.
this yeah. That's an interesting
Is the
pop up.
VPN on the. turned
So
on?
this beet vodka, pronounced beet, is
Is that the name of it?
well, it's BET, but there's a line over the E.
Oh, it's
So it
fancy.
said-
You
yeah.
know it's fancy.
Oh, hello, beet vodka. You're toying with me. It says premium pour vodka made.
Oh, it's for poor people.
Vodka made
That's
from
like made
sugar
with
beets,
right?
Made from
Oh,
sugar
it is
beets,
actually made from sugar beets.
rooted in Midwest farm cooperative, distilled to their essence. What?
It makes sense that all of these like what is it? What the legumes
Again,
from that traditionally poor people would have. Of course, the Russians are like, we make alcohol out of it. Everything they're like, we got all of this terrible vegetables that nobody wants. What do we make? We make alcohol out of it.
If you want Russ's information, I'll give out my personal email to give it to you so that you don't.
You know,
hurt.
Vladimir Putin's listening. Going, no, he's right.
He's like, well, that was part.
That's how we made all this terrible stuff pretty, at least tolerable. We turned it all into alcohol.
That's how they get their.
Probably mixed it in his house.
yeah, it's in his bathtub.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a house; he has a mansion. He
Well,
has
Well,
the cat
in the Kremlin.
in the palace.
Well,
in the
Russians
Kremlin.
Well, the Russians call that a house.
Oh,
We call
no.
it a mansion. They just call it a house. There, yeah.
That's why the Kremlin's red. Is because everything's
Mm.
decorated with beets.
Oh,
Little known
Oh,
fact. Little known
really?
fact.
you're
Yeah.
full of little known facts.
I'm at a fountain of information.
Maybe next week should be. Are you smarter than Russ?
That, again, you would even be that, I'm sure.
Well, he probably just has it like right into the house. He just has like a little faucet. Oh, yeah.
It's just it's
Like a
just
slushy
piped
machine?
right through. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like in Mr. Deeds where the water fountains were free.
Oh,
punch.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
It's
just all.
genius.
What is this? It's beet juice.
Wouldn't it be beet vodka?
Well, I don't know if
Oh.
it had been fermented yet.
Well, I don't know.
There's a
if it-
fine line, right? If he
between-
drinks it too early.
Oh, good night. You know, speaking of vegetables that really make you question life choices,
Yeah.
asparagus.
Oh, yes.
When you go to the bathroom after that, you're like, I'm at the urinal. Why does it smell like I'm at the toilet?
It's a life-changing event. You're like, I can never do this again.
Yeah.
But I always go back because grilled asparagus.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
When you
hands
cook it
down.
up just right.
Put like a stick of butter on it
Oh, my goodness.
with some
And
seasoning.
some beet juice.
No, not beet
And-
juice. That's gross. That's
No, the Russians do that. They put it's
Well, we have
So
beets and
saute it.
asparagus for dinner. You're going to think
I
of
wonder
dying.
if there's an asparagus alcohol. Oh gosh, no.
my
no.
word, no.
Why would you think that?
It's
Great.
like asking if there's a broccoli drink out there. That's gross.
Brussels
So, you know,
sprout.
somebody tried
A
it.
Brussels sprout drink or something like that.
Oh.
Brussels sprouts are cabbage based.
You're cabbage based.
That's actually fairly accurate.
Well,
I had a procedure done where I had to. My arm was actually replaced by a cabbage. It's weird because it's circular.
That's why it's green.
That is why. Yeah, I didn't
Oh.
know if you.
They-
would
I thought it
was
notice
just
it or not.
gangrene.
No, it's it is
they
also
couldn't find
that.
the white
Gotta be
cabbage.
removed again. What's that?
They couldn't find the white
it was only red cabbage. It was the weirdest thing. We are at the end of this episode, folks.
On that note.
On that note, that's the best way to end this one. Thank you for listening. If you've got a favorite unusual alcohol, send it to us. The actual alcohol. I
Yeah, you
care
don't
what
even
it
have
is.
to tell
we'll
us.
sample it. We'll tell you if it's good.
We'll sample it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You have to pay though. We don't. We're
yeah, we
pretty
don't-
dead broke actually. This
I'm just saying I'm down
Podcast
for
is
it.
a
If
labor
I
of
got
love.
if we got a bottle of beet vodka,
I would drink it.
I would try it. I don't know if I'd be like,
I would cough and then drink it, and cough
yes, you would.
again. And I'd beat the Russians in drink.
Without a doubt.
Oh my goodness. Enjoy the weekend. Get some happy hours in. I don't know.
Go Lions.
Okay, we'll go with that.